I think it's time for people to stop being so negative about the Bad Batch. First of all, it's important to talk and point out when something is of bad quality. Star Wars shows that are bad quality are Andor, the Obi-Wan show, and Book of Boba Fett. I would consider those bad shows. However, Bad Batch, I'm specifically talking about Bad Batch Season 2 in this video, doesn't need the hate it sometimes gets. Well, why does this even get hate? Lots of fans tune in weekly for the Bad Batch show and get extremely disappointed and say that each episode is filler and a waste of time. Most fans liked Episode 3 with Commander Cody.
We make our own decisions, our own choices. And we have to live with them too.
And most fans liked Episode 8 with Palpatine. However, most fans want all episodes to be like that, and simply put, that's not the Bad Batch. While the Bad Batch has a few episodes that show an advancement in other characters, such as Cody, and some episodes that show changes in the Empire's government, such as Episode 8 with Palpatine, the rest of the show is just about the Bad Batch, and people need to understand that. When I started watching the Bad Batch Season 1, I was upset that every episode was just a Sid mission and felt like a filler waste. However, once I started taking this approach that there's many other Star Wars shows such as The Mandalorian that I love. Those shows are shows I'll take seriously. Shows like The Bad Batch aren't meant to be taken so seriously. Every Wednesday when I turn on the TV for The Bad Batch, I'm not expecting for my mind to be blown. Simply I'm ready to see a simple mission with The Bad Batch. I'm tuning into the show to see how the Bad Batch characters evolve and how they change over time. I'm here to see all the cool, interesting planets where the Bad Batch visit, and it's exciting when things go wrong and they have to pull out their blasters and save the day. So when I see an episode that explores the Commander Cody conflict, I get really blown away because my expectations are not for episodes like that, so I enjoy the episode even more. One of the most hated episodes was Episode 4. Episode 4 took place right after the Commander Cody episode, and many people thought this episode was going to be a follow-up to the previous, or another crazy adventure that changes Star Wars forever. Rather than that, the Bad Batch go to planet Safa Toma and end up in a racing episode. I really enjoyed this episode as it built up character of Tech and showed a new side to racing in Star Wars. Usually, racing in Star Wars is just pod racing. This new style of racing with blasters and cool paths and obstacles made for not only a really interesting race, but a really interesting episode. Not only that, but in the episode we learned a lot more about Sid and how she can be a backstabber. Another great episode was Episode 6, when we caught up with Gungi and learned more about him and his struggles. So far, this season of The Bad Batch has developed many characters. The number one more developed character is Tech. Basically, we've got 2 episodes learning more about Tech as a person. But now we have some new perspective on Echo, as him leaving the Bad Batch to join Rex also develops his character, as it shows he wants to do more and help and join the fight against the Empire. I wouldn't be surprised if Episode 10 was on Rex and Echo. Simply put, while many hate these slow character developing stories, if you truly change your perspective and just enjoy the ride of these Star Wars characters, you will like the show much more. And to think that those character developing episodes are stupid and that some people just want more action, then we would be basically having a show of a bunch of Rays. By Rays, I mean a bunch of underdeveloped characters that are crazy strong for no justifiable reason. Though I see the other point. If the entire show is character development, which to be fair a lot of the Bad Batch has been, then you could run into something like the Andor show, where all the characters kind of develop but they don't do anything and the show ends with little to no action, and the creator of the show basically says he forgot he was even making a Star Wars show. So I understand there has to be a balance between a show having too much character development, which is Andor, and a show having none. I think the Bad Batch is doing a pretty good job right in the middle of that area. Maybe the Bad Batch show will even heat up a little bit and the episodes will get even more intense. But either way, I'm in for the Bad Batch show for the long run. Before this video ends, I want to say I'm not a toxic, positive guy who wants to say everything Disney does is great. I'm not even coming close to say that, considering the last 3 live action shows were bad and their 3 movies were bad. I'm just saying, for a cartoon like the Bad Batch, give it some slack and just enjoy it as a goofy show. Remember to trust only in the Force.